It's been one of those nights with technology. As you know, technology, it's good, but it also sucks when it need to be good. I just had something happen while streaming that I haven't had happen in quite a number of years. As you know, I stream off of my cell phone via the YouTube app. Just hit the go live button and stream that way, live right here on the YouTube channel. So thanks for tuning in and watching. These are now, in fact, going to be part two. Even though I know it says in the title AEW times New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door live play-by-play watch-along reaction stream, watch-along reactions, and then it will have the number one at the end. That's just for my reference. I know which stream is which. I'll do what I gotta do editing wise after the fact. That's neither here nor there right now. But yeah, normally with technical difficulties, it'll buffer, disconnect, and reconnect. However, it literally just decided to shut off due to a temperature overheating issue for whatever fucking reason. Beats me. Man, always something. I tell you what, always fucking something. You know? But it is what it is. I tried to, because I know in the past, when shit's hit the fan, it's allowed me to continue on with the current stream. Or, unfortunately, as tonight's situation is, as I guess, you know, was due for a big bad technical difficulty here tonight. It's been a while. Don't want it to happen to begin with, but I guess it's going to happen when it's going to happen, you know. But of all fucking times, you know, why now? I'll never know. Really, I mean, at this rate, you know, almost 2 hours into Forbidden Door, same amount for the most part for tonight's stream. Even though I just started this one. Yeah, annoyed, frustrated, pissed off is an understatement. Especially with being able to watch Forbidden Door in general. It's been giving me the buffer. It's been giving me the, well, here you can see it, but you can't hear it. And then vice versa. You know, you can hear it, but you can't see it. And then on a few occasions, it was, well, neither. And then, of course, my issue to have happened. So, with all that being said, rather than continuing on with the ongoing stream, which I believe still says it's live, even though it's not, because I ended it. So I don't know, unless YouTube's just having issues tonight. Beats me. Everything was good on my end until that happened. Which, why that happened, I don't know. I guess I'll never know. Really don't care at this point. Just wanted to, you know, as soon as possible, you know, try to get another stream up and running. So here we are. We're going to have to dive, you know, back into everything, repeat myself a little bit more. But yeah, these are going to be now part two of my AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. So, as always, thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag AEW, hashtag New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, the shortened version of that would be NJPW. Also, hashtag AEWx for the times, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. So yes, hashtag AEW, hashtag NJPW, hashtag AEWx for the times, NJPW, and then hashtag Forbidden Door. As always, chat questions and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. always greatly appreciated as well. As always, this video is powered by Rogue Energy. Use code Luke123 for 10% off. Link in the description below as well. Scroll down, check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, red subscribe button, notification bell next to it, live right here on YouTube. Stay up to date. This is the first of 2 pay-per-views this week in pro wrestling. The other will be Money in the Bank and the WWE next Saturday, so be sure to be back in live right here on YouTube for those. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get back to watching Forbidden Door for what it's worth at this point. But before that, I suppose, we'll give you some results. Really, I'll tell you where we left off. As once again, from MJF Tanahashi to CM Punk Kojima to Orange Cassidy in the Fatal 4-Way against Daniel Garcia, along with Shibata and Zack Sabre Jr. All the first names in those 3 matches, from MJF to CM Punk to Orange Cassidy, they were all victorious in their matches. Winner, winner, chicken dinner tonight for Forbidden Door in Toronto. As MJF still your AEW World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk advances in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, as Orange Cassidy still, in fact, your AEW International Champion as well, I might add. And then it was Sonata defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and we had some more issues during that match. Got everything back working okay, and then my issue happened. So I don't know, 5-10 minutes later or so, started this up, and now we're probably 5-10 minutes or so into talking about everything thus far, with this explanation. So sorry in general, just nothing I can do about it. Shit happens, but just continue to move on. Put a hard hat back on and go back to work. But I had said we'd have to look up what happened in the Sonata Jungle Boy match at Kingston, and Ishii made their entrances. Out came the Elite with some Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, minus Kenny Omega, because he's taken on Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, still to come tonight for Forbidden Door. So it'd be Kingston, Ishii, and the Elite. So Hangman Adam Page and the Young Bucks, or the Hung Bucks, if you will. Basically in a rematch from Double or Nothing from Anarchy in the Arena against the Blackpool Combat Club, as they'll be minus Bryan Danielson, I might add, as well, taking on Okada. In a singles match still to come tonight too at Forbidden Door. So replacements for the most part. As Takeshita is now a part of the Blackpool Combat Club, being managed by Don Callis. Of course, this goes back with Callis and Omega, and then Takeshita into the fold, but then Shota Umino in the mix too. Just as the Elite were making their entrance, the stream shut down. And then was trying to get it back up and working, unsuccessful in doing so. So we started this one. Title, description the same, other than the one at the end, just so I know for bookkeeping purposes. I'll edit everything later, and I'll do what else, do everything else I normally do and got to do at that point too. Just wanted to get back up and running as quick as I could, even though we're still gonna, for what it's worth, continue on Forbidden Door. So yeah, just as the Elite were coming out, man, in the 10-man tag, Blackpool Combat Club then came out. That's where we left off. So I don't no idea what the hell has happened since. Been working on my end, trying to get going. I do know, I might add, because I said we'd have to look up what happened with Sonata Jungle Boy. Sonata retained as expected, still your IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Jungle Boy then turned heel. So not a surprise. as of late with, what he's been saying on TV and on social media and just how everything's been portrayed. So, I mean, they could get Jurassic Express back together now as he's a heel with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage thinking he's the TNT champion. But still to come, I might add. Okay? As the 10-man tag was where we left off with. Okay? We'll see what happened. But then we have Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale, one-on-one. We have a 6-man tag with the Suzuki Gods, Chris Jericho, along with Sammy Guevara, Minoru Suzuki, taking on Darby Allin, Sting, and Naito. And then it's your 2 co-main event matches, even though one's going to go on last. Every match thus far has been 15-20 minutes. As far as I know, still don't know about the last match, how long that went on for, if it's still going on for that matter. We'll see. This is always thanks for tuning in. But as I said earlier, really they could give both Omega Ospreay and Danielson Okada a good half hour 45, maybe a full 60-hour plus match here tonight. So that's AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door in a nutshell. I'll leave it at that, and without any further ado, we're going to get into watching what we can, see what we've missed of Forbidden Door since, well, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, maybe half hour or so ago now. I don't even know what time it was at that point in time, let alone now, nor do I really care. We're going to watch Forbidden Door and go from there. Just as always, once again, thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, social media, links in the description below. So, we'll see how this appears on the channel, because it's still saying that the first stream is live, even though it's not. This is the one that's live. So sometimes, even though it'll stop, you don't know if it's still, recording. But that's why this one says 1 at the end. I'll edit everything later. But well, where's the Staples button at? Because that was easy. Click of a button and we're good to go. It looks like we know, because the women are coming out, the lone women's match on the main card is next. It'll be Toni Storm, Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Willow Nightingale is also the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champ. So once again, we're just going to have to do some research, look up and see who won that 10-man tag. If I'd have to guess, it would be the Elite, but I'm not going to be surprised if the Blackpool Combat Club picked up the win. Let alone if any other matches happened in the meantime. I highly doubt it, because that 10-man tag would have just began because they were doing the entrances when everything went wrong. And then, of course, give that time. You move on. We have, this is seemingly the next match, and then they'll move on with the final 3 with a 6-man. Yeah, the Suzuki Gods, Darby Allin, Sting, and Naito still to come, along with Omega and Ospreay and Danielson and Okada. So the Elite did win. They beat the Blackpool Combat Club in the 10-man tag. So we've been watching Forbidden Door, but of late this night, this stream, my end included, for the first time in quite a while, a lot of issues. So it is what it is. There's nothing to do, and we move on. So I'll leave it at that. But Tony Storm, Will Nightingale, right now at Forbidden Door. As mentioned, still to come. Jericho, Guevara, and Suzuki, Darby, Sting, and Nato, 6-man tag, and then Omega Ospreay for the IWGP US title, and then Danielson and Okada. We'll see if that's the very order they go, or if they do Mega Ospreay or Danielson and Okada after this, then the 6-man, then whatever match of the two that doesn't go on, whether it be Omega Ospreay or Danielson and Okada, then of course in the main event, or give them both back to back, in the main event spot, be co-main events, but only, truly one match can go on last and be considered the true main event of the evening. And both are worthy. And of all the title matches tonight, like I was saying earlier, Will Ospreay is the lone duck who very well could win and defeat Kenny Omega and win back his IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. So we'll see, but I thought it's been a good show. It's just sucked on my end. Missed most of the show compared to usual, because of technical difficulties. But it is what it is. We're still able to watch it, so I guess that's all that matters. So, could be worse, but don't want to even put that out in the universe for that thought. But take it for granted, and just it is what it is. There's not, like, once again, as I said, do about it. It's technology. But that's one of the main problems. Like, this rate, we want to know what the hell to do without technology. But then it's like, well, it should be perfect. Nothing should go wrong. Well, shit, it's a fan. It's called life. Somebody obviously didn't do their job, but talk about a fucking botch. Come on. Jesus Christ. And the crowd's booing the shit out of it. I mean, Ray Charles could have saw that. Boos from the crowd to the Outcast. Of course, is Tony Storm and Ruby Soho and Paige Saraya are them. She's reportedly injured, taking some time off, even though she's still ringside, getting in on the action. But Tony's the world champ for the women's division. That kid's got a sight right in front of him. But another botch with the kick. Come on. But there's the all-in graphic. They announced All Out earlier, I might add, too. So with what I was going to say about that, didn't get around to it. That's going to be a big weekend, at least for myself, Labor Day weekend. As football season begins, really want to go to WWE Payback because it's right down the road, but that's not going to happen because Penn State plays at that same time. So I'll be live right here on YouTube watching that, streaming that game. We'll watch Payback the next day, probably around lunchtime, because that'll be the last Sunday without any NFL football until February. And then we'll watch All Out then later that night, as All In then is the week prior. Like I was saying, this summer in wrestling, a lot of big shows. You basically started from, well, you go from Revolution to Mania to Backlash. WWE had a draft, but then Night of Champions, Double or Nothing, Collision began. And now here we are, Forbidden Door, Money in the Bank next Saturday. And then we'll have SummerSlam, All In and All Out within a month. So, along with Payback, I might add too. Can't forget about that, even though I'm going to try to, because I want to be there, but just it's not going to happen. And then WWE announced Fastlane will be in October, just the other day, and then they'll be having Survivor Series as they always do. We'll see about a December, early, late January show, other than the Royal Rumble, because then Royal Rumble, and then you're on the road to WrestleMania 40. And as always, keep an eye out for upcoming videos live right here on the YouTube channel. And thanks once again for tuning in live right here on YouTube and watching my AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door live watch long reactions. So Tony Storm, Will Nightingale one-on-one for the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. As mentioned in the past, yes, college football, Penn State, NFL, Pittsburgh Steeler, live watch long reactions, live here on the YouTube channel, along with pro wrestling from AEW to WWE, New Japan, every once in a while. Of course, Forbidden Door here tonight, along with some other promotions, state to state, country to country, worldwide. But then, as wrestling's on every day of the week, for God's sakes, more botches. Looks like the Outcasts are going to get thrown out. Yep. Because of the spray paint, you're out of here. College football, NFL, and pro wrestling content live here on the YouTube channel, long story short. And upcoming, as here we are for Forbidden Door, Money in the Bank on Saturday. We'll see about all July. There's not really anything announced right now. We'll take it as it comes. Go from there. See what pops up here and there. See if, I finally make and put out a video that I've been wanting to do for quite a while now. I'm getting caught up on some stuff or not. Just every time I want to, something comes up, and that always, with whatever it's been, gets more priority. Tony Storm with the ass into the corner, DDT cover, 1, 2, kick out. But just stay tuned for videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Plan is I'll be in attendance for SummerSlam and WrestleMania 40, along with wanting, but it ain't gonna happen because of conflict of interest. Good for him. Good for him. 1 second. 1 second. But want to, but a conflict of interest, for me, Penn State football, Pittsburgh Steelers football come first over pro wrestling. You should know that by now with how I stream, because sometimes wrestling gets put on the back burner for a day or two, or at least a couple days. Sometimes because of a time here or there, it's okay, I'm watching the pay-per-view a couple days later. Want to go to Payback because it's in the 412 Steel City. As they've mentioned, first pay-per-view in 5 years. I get going to this one and that one before and after, but then this pops up and it's a little hard to turn down. But then also college football, starts that very day, and Penn State's hosting West Virginia at the same time. Might be a little different story if the game was earlier that day, but it's not going to happen. So, but I'll still watch Payback. It just sucks on top of it because it's 3 years since Roman Reigns won the Universal title. as he just surpassed 1,000 days and was awarded a new Universal Undisputed Championship title belt, I might add, as well. Got the gold strap now, as Heyman's still carrying the two other titles, the WWE Championship and the Blue Universal title. But just because that knowing, okay, probably going to be a decent show. Hell, he's not even advertised right now, but, you know, of course, plans change. There's always a plan B. Toni Storm wins. She's still champion. All right. So, 6-man, and then the 2 main event matches. Omega, Ospreay, and Danielson Okada still to come. And then they'll probably get about 45 apiece, I bet. Because it's 10 o'clock, you do the math, have 6-man go 20, and then 11:15 to midnight, and then that's it. Toni Storm might have broke her nose. She's bleeding. Yeah, just it's not going to be possible. Even though, you know, this and that, no, just it's not going to be. Which sucks, but it just is what it is. What's, you know, there's okay, shit. They're gonna have Omega right next. Then the 6-man tag. Then Bryan Danielson, Kazuchika get in the main event for Forbidden Door. So I'll shuttle down all that, but that's just the gist that I was gonna say earlier. Give us a video package here. Going back to Wrestle Kingdom. Ospreay walked in, IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. Lost to Omega. Here we are, you know, 5.5, almost 6 months later, and ourselves a rematch, pal. But yeah, just in closing, with that being said, a lot of damn good big pro wrestling shows coming up. Gonna be at a few of them. Would like to be at another 1 or 2, but just conflict, scheduling, conflict of interest, priority over this. You know, it's only one show. I've missed a few shows recently, I might add, as I, you know, would have normally went, but I've missed a few recently, and I'm gonna miss a couple more coming up. Which, hey, is what it is once again. You know, life gets in the way, and priorities, you know, and then perspective and quality over quantity, you know. So here we go. We are spoiled in professional wrestling, to say the least, Excalibur. And violent protests erupt in Canada. This is a news headline from over in Japan, it looks like, as they're previewing, of course, Forbidden Door. There's Ospreay, as he's from Australia, New Zealand, with a thick accent to be exact. Will take on the hometown kid, if you will, from Canada, even though he's from Winnipeg, you idiot, as Jericho is as well. They're in Toronto. It'll be Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. So this should be a barn burner. This should be a damn good match. Either this or Danielson and Okada is going to be the fucking match of the night. So here comes Ospreay. Part of United Empire. Once called Cleveland a puss. And we'll see if, as United Empire was in action earlier tonight too, as were the rest of the Elite, if they'll get involved in this match. There's Don Callis, and he's got security for Will Ospreay. say Ospreay is from England, but he's from down under. Last I knew, he was, as he trash talks the crowd. So suck on this. Military grade security. Talk about two jobbers. Says, fuck you, bitch. Ospreay can move. He can. I wouldn't necessarily say yet, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world by any means, but he's getting there. Now, last I knew, he was down under, but he is obviously from London, England. But then the accent, because of course, from 1776, the British went back to the UK because they couldn't stay here. We sent them back. They then went to Australia. So, there's that. Here comes Omega. Ospreay has ADD or ADHD and autism. No shit, I didn't know that. Here comes the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, the best bout machine, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. So this will go to 11. It's 10:15 right now. This will go to 11. They'll then do the 6-man, 15-20. Then the main event with Danielson and Okada for another 45 till midnight. And then that's Forbidden Door. This is the first of 2 co-main event matches tonight. But Danielson and Okada are going to go on last. Of course, they still could add something in. I highly doubt it, but they could. So, very loud Kenny chant. They are in Canada. But so they show off the title. This is a Wrestle Kingdom rematch from January the 4th. Bell rings, match underway, and here we go. Omega says, come on. Ospreay just stares him down. Kenny chant. Holy shit chant now. They lock up. Working the arm. Ospreay now has him in a headlock. Omega gets him down, has him in a headlock. And a chant begins from the crowd. So, ole, 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 ole. Now a loud Kenny chant once again. So Ospreay working the left arm of Omega. Omega's, headlock here, headlock there. Nice takedown on, guess what, another headlock. Callis sucks, crowd's flipping him off. So Ospreay now going to do a headstand as Omega has him locked up, and then he sort of pile drives him that way. Really didn't do much, but they're selling the head injury. Ooh, chop to the chest. Another chop. All right. Sit back and watch this match. Yeah, not yet. Off the ropes. Cutter, no, he caught him. And then a suplex, but he lands on his feet. All right. Kick misses. Crowd of a round of applause as Omega will slide back and say, come on. Those security guards are going to get involved at some point in time. They have face masks on, so you can't see their face other than their eyes, but they don't look like anybody in particular anyway. They're both bald. Standing there next to Don Callis, so... Ospreay with a knee, Omega with a right hand. A couple more knees. Into the corner they go. Omega has Ospreay up on his shoulders. Flips him, he rolls through, off the middle rope, moonsault, cover, 1, 2, kick out. So that's a 2, sweet. Slow clap from the crowd. Omega, yeah, off the ropes. Callis grabbed them, but Schiavone calling Callis a son of a bitch. There's security there, ref holding him back in the meantime. And now the ref just threw out Don Callis. And then Ospreay over the top rope ringside takes out Omega. So, because of that, Ospreay now in control. Omega over the steps. Gonna sell knee injury now. Have Kevin Kelly, Excalibur. Taz was on commentary. Shivani's on now as well. They're gonna work over by the announce tables. Ospreay with a couple elbows. See, I like Ospreay, but I don't, because it seems like at times he tries to do too much. But he has sort of, cooled it down since the last time I said that, which was, when he was in with the company last summer. Ospreay, punch to the back of Omega. There's a knee, couple kicks. Big chop. I think it might rain, at least here Thunder. So, FYI, let me get the power go out, as it did WrestleMania. That was really the last time I had technical difficulty on YouTube. Jesus Christ. As soon as I say that, this goes out. Come on, man, really? Especially during this fucking match, Omega, Ospreay. There we go. That was quick once again. Seemingly getting better now throughout the night when it goes out, but still it shouldn't be happening to begin with, but it does. But yeah, like I said at the start of this, just been one of those nights with technology. It's there, but it's not. But yeah, there's not really much else to be said. There's not. Off the ropes. Yeah, that's some loud thunder now. We need the rain. We do. Kick to the stomach. Omega gonna go for a power bomb on Will Ospreay. No, there's a kick. Chop. Another OA chant. More chops to the chest of Ospreay. Ospreay with a Pele after he moonsaulted, landing on his feet. Ospreay has Omega on the top rope on the side. Now he's going to climb up top in the corner and probably stomp him here on the back. Alright, moonsaults and takes out Omega that way. Okay. Going to kick him ringside, so they'll, at least for the time being, fight on this ring apron. He's going to flip. Well, he cuts him on the ring apron instead. Off the top rope. That's dangerous. Ref checking in on him. Holy shit, chance right. Yeah, there's that for one. And then there's the Oz cutter. Kenny's probably in a make-believe land right now for sure, yeah. Now to the announce table. Omega fighting back, but excuse me, head first off the announce table. Yep, Omega just getting planted into the announce table now. Shivani hates all these heels. He does. More headbutts to Omega into the announce table. Fight forever or no more something. No more something, and now they're gonna grab the top to the announce table and prop it up. Omega's busted open, I might add, so they just broke that plastic top. Omega face first, another headbutt into it. 5 count for Ospreay. Of course, the title match. Well, this is just should be a 20 count because it's a New Japan match for that AEWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Should be a 20 count rather than 10 count. You're a what? Still a wanker? All right. But back into the ring they go. You know, like if there would be a count out, Omega's going to retain. You know, because he's the champion. Like Ospreay has to win either by pinfall or submission. Ref's getting pissed off at Will Ospreay here. But he's in full control. As he flips off the crowd now. And will lick the blood of Kenny Omega off of his arm. You sick fuck chant now from the crowd. That's normally towards Jon Moxley, but it's going to Will Ospreay as he smiles at the camera. Now some boos and yays back and forth with some rights and lefts. At least incoming. There's Omega with one. They're both trying to stay on their feet. And Omega just got knocked down. Maybe knocked out. Ospreay cocked and loaded. Ospreay is going to use the V trigger on Kenny Omega. His own move on him. And it connects. Omega gets sent to the ring apron. Maybe ringside here. Once again, they'll fight. We'll see. Now, like I said earlier, I could have swore Ospreay was from down under. I know Jay White is. I know others are as well, but Ospreay talking shit to some kids, they tell him to shut up. He grabs the Canada flag from some fan in the crowd. And then we'll wipe where the sun don't shine. And now we'll wipe his nose. You know, say, oh, Canada. Omega hits him with a clothesline. And another buffer. Come on, man. Really? Not now. We still got about a half hour in this match, I'd say. Because once again, with the timing, go to 11. Then they do 15-20 with a 6-man tag, like they've done with every other match tonight, and then another 45 for Danielson and Okada to midnight, and then that's once again Forbidden Door from 8 to midnight. Because AEW's pay-per-views are 4 hours. You know, very rarely will they get done before 11:30. There's been a few that have ended like a quarter till, but oh, come on, man. Really? Not now. I know I said earlier it seems like, yeah, it's been getting better, but now it's not. Trying to get it back up and working here. Nope. I should have, but I didn't. And rightfully so, because I didn't want to. You know. Quit earlier and, you know, said fuck it and hey, here's your results next weekend when I'm back on. I still wanted to watch this. Even with all the issues on their end, all the issues, not all the issues, but the one big issue I had on my end, which hopefully is going to be all the issues I have tonight. Come on. Nope, that ain't working. So of all the fucking matches, this one and Okada, Danielson in the main event, you know, like I said earlier, would be the two I'd want to see. But it's still giving me issues. Now, once again, I can't get anything to load. And I know it's not on my end. It's with this. There we go. I'll give it a minute. My issue tonight, normally it's a buffer disconnect or reconnect. It was, yeah, out of the blue, some overheating. I ain't lying. Can't make this shit up. And there's always something, man. But hey, what can you do? Other than just keep trucking. Come on. Gotta be kidding me, man. Might have to go back to watching it in Japanese like I was earlier a little bit. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I do. All right, we got it back up and running, but now once again, no sound. Just as was earlier, now Osprey's busted open. So I wonder how that happened, other than, of course, he started to bleed. So now some chops back and forth once again. I mean, we missed a couple minutes. I don't know what exactly they did. There we go with sound. What the fuck? I don't want to go the whole way back to the start of this match. Even though I do. I want to be live. There we go. All right. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. Can we get a replay of that, please? Sharpshooter, crossface. I guess is what happened. There's a headbutt. What the fuck? So now this is skipping. And it keeps going back and then forward. Always something. Always fucking something. There's a kick to the side of the head. Super kick as well. Ospreay off the ropes. Cutter, but then Omega actually need him instead.